Hey, my Liptons. So I wanted to come in here and do a video on some like TV shows, some old as gold movie reviews. I took a break from, YouTube. I've been gone for a minute, but now I'm back with the jump off. Okay, no little Kim. But I'm back and I'm here. Um, there's been a few little news here and there, TV show related, series related, and of course, like I was watching like over the weekend. I don't know why, what came over me all of a sudden. Like I was on like this Jack Nicholson binge on YouTube these past few days. I was just like, so I ended up watching The Shining for the first time ever in my life, and I ended up watching Carrie for the first time ever in my life. So I'm gonna discuss those two films towards the end of this video. But first, I want to get into Stranger Things, and I'm gonna talk about Dexter. But before I continue on with this video, please subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to 2,000 subscribers. Help me get the watch time hours up because it's going to help me start monetizing on YouTube. Okay. Please also like my videos because it helps with the algorithm. And yeah, let's get into this video. Okay. I don't want to be too long. But first, I want to talk about Stranger Things. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Stranger Things season 5 is fine. I mean, it's dropping. It's dropping. Usually we'll get like a summer drop, but this time it's gonna be a fall drop. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm very conflicted when it comes to Stranger Things because it's no the cast, like no one's snapping them, like all the a bunch of Zionists on that cast. It's like it's giving me like I don't know, like maybe I'm gonna have to boycott. Maybe I'm gonna have to bootleg this. Like I need to go do old fashioned teas. Just go find a bootleg site to watch this to watch season 5. Okay, because that cast is getting very much so in support of ethnic cleansing, in support of genocide, and it's like y'all already know on the channel. I don't stand for that. But personal feelings aside, I was such a fan of, and it makes me so upset that the cast is so like they're a bunch of assholes because it's like, damn, like I was such a fan of the show. I was such a fan, and I loved the season 4 of Stranger Things. So it makes me so upset that like I'm gonna have to find other avenues to watch Stranger Things season 5. I'm gonna have to find other avenues. Oh my god. But y'all, they're saying here's the thing. Netflix, I'm a little bit confused though. Listen, I will say this though. Volume 1 better be good in order for me to wait until December 25th for Volume 2 and then December 31st for Volume 3. Okay, you got me messed up, Netflix. Like you really, like literally, they're saying Volume 1 will be 4 episodes, Volume 2 will be 3 episodes, and then Volume 3 will be the final episode of the series. But then again, the Stranger Things writers, I will say that's the thing about it. Like this show, the writers be on point. So it's like I know it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good because season 4 was good. So I was just like, okay, but this better top season 4. Okay, this better top it. Okay, it needs to give me Blood of Zeus tease. Okay, Netflix. But they're coming back. It's giving very much so. I mean, they did this for season 4 too, where like they gave us like a volume 1 and then we had to wait like a week or two. I don't know if y'all remember that for the Stranger Things fans. They did do that for season 4, but because this is the final season, of course they have to kind of have to drag it out. They have to get all the water out of that well. So that's what this is giving. But like it makes me so mad. Mind you, I'm paying for Netflix. That's another thing too. It's like I'm paying this freaking 20, what is it? I think they charge us like what, $20 a month or something on some Netflix. Netflix is out of there. That's the thing. I think if it wasn't for Netflix's like documentaries and like Stranger Things, like especially like their true crime documentaries, because I'll be on that. Their true crime documentaries. I'll be honest with you. If once Stranger Thing ends, I just. But then again, I'm gonna go bootleg it, so I don't know. But like, if it wasn't for their true crime documentaries, I would have deleted Netflix so quick. But but yeah, Stranger Things is coming back. We'll see what it definitely gives. I know it's gonna give a lot, but it needs to top season 4. It needs to top it. I don't don't give me no Game of Thrones, okay? Because whew, I don't think they want that kind of dragging, okay? So yeah, they're coming back, and we'll see what happens with that. Next, listen. Oh my god, yeah, I already know. On this channel, I love Dexter. I love the show. They at this point, I feel like whoever keeps bringing back Dexter and this like Dexter, like I remember I watched Dexter New Blood. I watched it. I was looking forward to it. I'd watch it, and I remember I actually think I did a video. I think I did a video on my channel reviewing Dexter New Blood, if I'm not mistaken. That's how long ago it was. But like, and I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed towards like the ending of Dexter New Blood. And now, like I think I saw that there was like a Dexter Original Sin that they brought, and then now they're coming up with Dexter Resurrection. It's just like, bro, like let this shit die. Listen, Dexter died in New Blood. Let him stay dead. Let him stay dead. Like the ending was bad as it is. The original. Listen, and y'all already know I love Dexter. I love Dexter. Like I still watch the Dexter series on Netflix. Okay, Dexter is my show. I love that show. Like from season 1 to like season, I would say season 1 to like season 5, like was when maybe season 6 too. I think I kind of like season 6 as well. Maybe like season 5 to season 6. I was here for Dexter, but like listen, like it ended with a shitty ending. It is what it is. I feel like people need to accept it for what it is. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't understand why Michael C. Hall keeps accepting to come back. Maybe the checks are running dry. I don't know. Maybe there's not a lot of work in Hollywood as much. So he's like, you know what? Since we're in this like nostalgia culture, and then we just keep bringing up, keep coming back with this character. I mean, to give Michael C. Hall props, he played Dexter super duper. Like he can act. Like Michael C. Hall can definitely act his ass off. So I gotta give him tens where tens are due. But it's like, sir, like, are you not tired? Like, you already did the New Blood thing. You died in New Blood. Your son shot you. And then now you talk about some resurrection. Like, are you giving me rebirth? Are you giving me like freaking reincarnation? Like, what is this giving me? I don't know. Like, I just feel like they bastardized the Dexter lore and the Dexter aura with constantly like bringing it back, and then the original sin, the prequel, and then now y'all guys talking about resurrection. And on top of that, I saw that Dokes. They're trying to bring Dokes back. I'm like, bro, unless Dokes is a freaking ghost, unless he's coming back in Dexter's memory or something, that's the only way he's gonna have to come back. Because it's like, what are y'all talking about bringing Dokes back? I just feel like Hollywood is so creatively bankrupt when they don't have to be. Like, there's so much material out here that Hollywood could use to produce new content, but yet they keep going back to the well. They keep going back to. Eventually, that well is going to dry up. Eventually, people are going to get tired. And honestly, I'm gonna be like, I don't know, like I'm gonna have to hear from other people to hear, hey, like you need to, check into this Dexter Resurrection. I need to hear from other people. Like, people are gonna have to pressure me. Like, I think I'm gonna have to have a fight, because I'm not about to sit down here and watch Dexter Resurrection. Like, no, especially after the way I handled New Blood. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I haven't even gotten into Original Sin. So it's like, I don't know. I just personally feel like y'all need to hang it up with Dexter. Hang it up, flat screen, no Nicki Minaj. Like, please, like, hang this up. But then again, maybe they need the checks. Maybe Michael C. Hall needs the checks. Maybe the other actors need the checks. Alrighty. So, next I want to talk about... So, this is going to be very, like a complete tangent. But literally over, like, my cute little break from YouTube, I ended up watching The Shining. Now, listen, I know there's going to be maybe some people that are going to be shocked about this or whatever, but this is my first time ever, like, officially sitting down and watching The Shining, like, for the first time ever, ever, ever. Like, and that might come as a shock to people because, like, The Shining is one of those movies where it's within it's within pop culture. It's one of those cult classic films, especially for me that follows, like, some of these filmy people on YouTube and stuff like that. So it's like, I've always seen, especially on YouTube, like I've seen the here's Johnny, or where's whatever the hell, that part, like, on YouTube. I always seen the clip of that, and I always seen the actress Shelley Duvall do her little screaming thing, but I never watched the film in its entirety ever. So literally, like, 2 days ago was like my first day watching it. And I don't know why. I don't know why I was so interested in watching The Shining. I guess, like, I don't know. I think I'm in this, like, world right now where it's not just, like, in Hollywood, but, like, if you look at, for the people that are here for my Bollywood content, like, I've been watching a lot of old Bollywood films. Like I've been watching Bollywood films from like the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, films from like 30, 40, 50 years ago. So I was just like, you know what? Let me give old Hollywood a chance. The Shining was a big film. It was in 1980. There was a lot of mixed reviews about this movie. And I can see why people would have mixed reviews about this movie, because it's like okay, so it's like you don't know exactly what the hell is like, for the ones, clearly the ones who probably watched The Shining. Maybe there's a ton of people that watch it, I don't know, but like it's just like it just turns left like from the beginning, because it's just like, okay, like there's clearly some supernatural being or something in the hotel that the character of Jack Nicholson and his family, Shelley Duvall and the kid Danny, are living. So I'm like, okay, there's clearly something in the air. Okay, there's clearly some spiritual warfare going on here. Okay, but it's like we couldn't see it. So it's like, and then it's like when you have these moments with, especially like when the child will do these weird voices with the Tony voice, it's like I can see why people feel like, okay, like this is so stupid and so corny. And then on top of that, I know some people, especially back in the day, that had an issue with Shelley Duvall's like acting, and I can see that, but I don't know. Like I think at this point, I've watched way too many old as gold Bollywood films that kind of corny acting stuff don't bother me no more. It don't bother me no more. Like it's just like if I watch a film from like the 70s, I'm going into that film with a 70s mindset. Like I'm not going into it with like a 2025 mindset, because if you go into it with like that, you're gonna be like, oh my god, like this is so, I can't. It's so cringe. It's so even Jack Nicholson. It's no shade. And Jack Nicholson is one of like the greatest actors of like all time in Hollywood. But like even his acting at some points, it was like, oh my god, he is so over the top. But I think that was the point of like the direction of the film. And excuse me. And I think excuse me. And I think Jack and Shelly, and I know people probably Shelly was so enough, but like I don't know, Shelly gives me like typical white girl tease, I mean Wendy, her character, at least. Wendy gave me typical white girl scary, like she gave me that, like, so I think, I don't know, I think people were way too hard on the film for what it was. I would say like cinematography, like it was well done, especially for excuse me, especially for at that time. But I think it was a well done film for something that was made in the 80s. Now, it's so crazy because like I watched The Shining and I also watched Carrie. I'm gonna talk about Carrie right now. But like it's so weird because like Stephen King apparently did not like The Shining. Like he didn't like the way Jack's character was portrayed in the film compared to how it was in the book. And I can see why an author will be upset with something like that, because and especially coming from me, I'm someone where it's like, if you're gonna make a film about a book, I want you to follow the book to a T. If you're gonna make it into film, like if you see what's going on with like the House of the Dragon and George R.R. Martin, that whole situation is literally pissing me off, because I'm just like, these freaking HBO writers don't know what the hell to do, knowing that the source material is right there for them to fucking use and to go for, but they still want to pull things out of their ass to make, and it's frustrating. But Stephen King, I can understand from like an author perspective where Stephen King is coming from when it comes to that, because they feel like when it came to Jack's character, like I think Stephen King said something like his character in the book was more like more redeemable compared to like in the movie. And I can see that, but like I also think that if we're looking at it, let's say Stanley Kubrick, from his perspective, if he's reading the book and he sees like this character Jack doing what he's doing, him probably as like the reader probably finds no redeemable qualities about him compared to like Stephen King. And and that's probably Stanley's interpretation of how he viewed Jack in the book. So, you know, I mean, it's up to, you know, it's up for discourse, it's up for public opinion. But overall, like, The Shining, you know, it's part of pop culture. I've seen so many Hollywood Halloween costumes of twins and things like that. Um, you know, you're gonna have to watch this film a good 2 3 times if y'all want to go deep into it and see the hidden messages and all those different things. But other than that, I thought it was a cool watch, you know, for like a cute little break just to watch something, eat a snack, you know, watch an old film like that. But yeah, it was a cute little film. Next, you know, another Stephen King inspiration, you know, film inspired by a Stephen King book, Carrie. This was also my first time watching. This was my first time watching Carrie. I never watched Carrie. It was never really introduced. Like, I remember, like, when was it? The 2012 version or 2013 version? I remember that was like being promoted, but I never watched that either. That's the thing. And I knew that it was inspired by like an older film. So this was my first time watching. I was like, okay, clearly if The Shining is on HBO Max, then Carrie clearly has to be on HBO Max. So once I typed it in and I saw it, I was like, you know what? Let me watch it. You know, let me see what's going on. I'm not gonna, like I said, if you're gonna go, this film was made in 1976. If you're gonna go into this film with the 2025 mindset, don't go into it like as if like place yourself in the shoes of 1976 and how things are viewed and how society was at that time. Okay, or some things, of course, that were like a little bit like cringe and corny. Of course, like even like the beginning scene, like when Carrie, and of course, even though whatever, it's an older film, y'all could actually just go watch it. But like, spoiler alert, you know, even in the beginning scene, like when Carrie got her period, I'm like, when she got her period, I was like, girl. And listen, I in a way it's like I understand Carrie because it's like I also grew up in a hyper religious household, but it's like I was like I was not going up to people with blood on my freaking period blood on my hands, running to like the other girl, like, girl, why would you do that? So that scene was just like, oh my god, it was so overly dramatic. Um, of course, like you had the Mean Girls, you know, that's the thing about the Mean Girls. The Mean Girls, you can always put them in the film and like you can always create something with that. The bullies, um, what else? Oh, Carrie. Also, you can also create. And speaking of Stranger Things, you can also tell they also took some inspiration from Carrie. Okay, because when you look at 11 from Stranger Things, and also look at Carrie and her telekinetic stuff and her telekinesis and stuff like that she had. I was like, okay, this is clearly Stranger Things clearly got some inspo from Carrie. Okay, from Stephen King. Um, you know, she had some telekinesis, and I was like, okay, how did she get the telekinesis? Like, I was like, I wish that could have been like, how, like, exactly did she get this power? But of course, it's based on the book, so of course we're gonna have to eat it up. You know, can't ask too much questions. Of course, there's like some nudity there. You know, a male gaze fantasy. Also, the freaking what's her name? That teacher, the gym teacher, the one that was like the one that always stood up for Carrie, but at the same time, like she was like slapping the other students around, and I'm like, girl, you could have. And I'm like, if this was a thing back in the back in the 70s, like you clearly couldn't do this in like 2025 because she would lose her goddamn job. Okay, she would lose her job. Are you kidding me? You putting your hands on the student, and on top of that, you would have got locked up for that. Like, they don't play about that. But I thought the film was cool for what it was. Okay, it's a very simple film. Of course, you gotta have your the the CGI and like the music. You know when they put the dramatic music with the CGI, something dramatic is about to happen. That was heavy. Okay, in this film, especially in The Shining as well, which is very funny. But it makes me laugh because I know Hollywood doesn't do that as much now. But and plus I always attribute that to like Bollywood when I review my Bollywood films on my YouTube channel. So it always makes me chuckle anytime I see that in like old Hollywood films. So I'm like, oh my god, y'all guys used to be like what Bollywood would be doing, like literally. But yeah, both of these were Stephen King films. I thought they were good for their time. This was also a big hit. in the box office when it came out. Yeah, Carrie, listen, even though personally I didn't like the ending per se. I'm gonna be honest with you, and maybe y'all, if y'all didn't watch, y'all guys could go and watch it and see, what I'm talking about. I didn't like the ending per se, but yeah, I think, whew, and she looks scary in this. The prom scene. That whole thing was like she was not playing with you, mean girls. She was gonna get her lick back. Okay, do you hear me? Do not play with Carrie. She got her lick backs on all them hoes. Okay, even though there were some people I felt like that didn't deserve it, and y'all guys can go watch to go see what I'm talking about. But yeah. Other than that, I thought that it was a cool film. I thought it was nice. But that is just my thoughts on that. You guys tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to 2,000 subscribers. Make sure to like the video. It helps with the algorithm. Please get my watch time hours up. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.